Day number 3 at the Women's OCAA Soccer Championships here at Redeemer University College. This bronze medal game between the Sheridan Bruins and the Humber Hawks. Certainly a rivalry game in this bronze medal. Sheridan fell to Fanshawe 5-1 in the first semifinal yesterday. Humber, they were in a much closer game, 2-1 the final. Seneca over Humber, and the bronze medal game always a tough game for players to play in, especially when Nationals was on the line in the semifinal, but nonetheless a medal on the line in this one, and Sheridan's on the attack right away, but Pelletier is able to regain possession for the Hawks. Cavero dispossesses her, looking for a teammate in the box. Tori Rodriguez, who will fire one on goal, but deflected it into the hands of Vanessa Fiore. Fiore looks to distribute the ball quickly, finding Becky Spratt. Spratt and Cavero right on her. Now to the captain Piazza, looking for Medeiros, looking long field, but cannot find Carvalho. Good challenge by Kendra Chalice, but right to the foot of Zanardi is her pass. Carvalho is almost sprung, but a great defensive play by Castaneda. Medeiros again looking for Christina Carvalho, a new face in the starting lineup for Humber. A couple of new faces. A couple of injuries in the tough-fought Seneca Sting game.
So, as Zach said, typically the third-place game is a tough game. Quite often one of the teams, which in this case might be Humber, who had their goal to win the Ontario Championship, might come out with a little bit of less motivation, whereas Sheridan, whose goal might have been to medal, will be fired up to get that medal. And in talking to the coaches, though, how they would handle it, Sheridan coach Paul Angelini said he's quite confident that his ladies are motivated, particularly since 8 of them may never have another shot at a medal because this might be the last game of their career. The Humber coach said his motivating talk to the team is all about it is a game, it's a competition, it needs to be played hard and won, and there's still a medal at stake. And so far it looks like both teams are coming out very energetic and very motivated to take this bronze medal.
That ball out of play, going for a Sheridan throw. These teams have met before this season. Humber winning 2-1 off of a late goal by Stushnoff. Medeiros now looking for Becky Spratt. Defended well by Mariana Defina. Spratt still with possession. Finds Sahota playing right back in spot of Taylor Thompson, who was injured in yesterday's game.
And to set the stage for the game, there's one change in Sheridan's lineup. They go into a 3-5-2 from a 3-4-3. And one of their key tactical measures is going to be exploit the width of the field with the extra midfielder, exploit the wings, and penetrate that way into Humber's half. Humber, on the other hand, is looking back to get control of the center midfield, which was a difficult job yesterday in the game against Seneca.
Sheridan certainly have some speedy forwards who they look to sprint the balls through some through passes, long through passes. And Tom, like you said, use the width of the field to spread out the Humber team, who have that 3 midfielders who many teams consider their engine, with Zanardi, Medeiros, and Piazza. Spence the intended target, but Defina gets in the way of that pass. Zanardi to Piazza. Piazza misplays that. It's going to go to the head of Chalice. Still with it is Piazza. Finds Carvalho looking for Stushnoff. Stushnoff does a good job to get by Feesby, and she may be away. But a foul committed, and a needed foul by Castaneda.
That was a great turn by Stushnoff, using her body to shield the ball and actually keep the Sheridan defender off.
Medeiros looking at goal, but it's going to be right into the hands of Savannah Wood. We've seen in the past that Piazza would elect to put those on target, but a lot of those free kicks yesterday against the Sting ran right in the hands of Raven Edwards, so maybe a switch in mindset from Piazza. Zanardi looking to go back to Spence, but that is played well out of play. Castaneda's throw to the head of Carvelo, but that'll go right to Castaneda once again. Goes now with Stushnov. Stushnov trying to spring Carvelo onside, but just out of play.
One of the things Sheridan has to be mindful of with their 3 defenders against 3 strikers from Humber, they could be in a lot of 1v1 or even outnumbered situations. So it's critical that their 2 wingers in the 3-5-2 come back and close down Humber's wings.
Phillip finds Spence. Right on her is Barnard. Spence does a good job of keeping it in, but she loses and gets dispossessed by Barnard. Beesby looking long field. That's going to go right to the foot of Remy Pelletier. Spratt trying to spring Stushnov, but first to that one is Savannah Wood. Zanardi space in front of her. Quickly on her is Salupka, but that pass intended for Carvelo is well out of her reach.
Early on, it looks like Humber's playing quite a few through balls, probably testing the speed of the Sheridan defense.
Piazza dispossesses d'Aguilera. Zanardi. And Carvelo has room in front of her. Defended well by Castaneda. And it's going to be a goal kick for Sheridan, and will look to be a very promising effort. Turns out to be nothing.
But it does show the vulnerability on the quick transition to the wings, which Humber can use to exploit that narrow 3 center back defense if the wingers don't come back.
Wood's goal kick is going to go to the foot of Salupka, but just out of play, and another Hawks throw. This game is a rematch of the 2009 bronze medal game. Humber did take that one by a score of 4-0. Piazza looking for Stushnov. Stushnov trying to find Becky Spratt and does so successfully. Quickly on her is Defina. Spratt trying to make a move on Defina and gets to the inside of her. Looking to go to Carvelo in the middle, but Stushnov instead will get a touch, and Zanardi trying to deflect that towards goal, but a great save by Savannah Wood, and will give Humber their first corner in this one. Carvelo's corner, a low one. Carvelo with space in front of her. Looking to cut it back. Finds Zanardi in the penalty area. Another ground cross intended, but it's going to be blocked again by the Bruins. Good cross by Carvelo and gives Wood some trouble, but is able to punch that aside. It's going to go back to Carvelo. On her is Chalice. Now 3 Bruins swarm Carvalho and able to dispossess her, but not until Leah Spence gains possession for the Hawks. It's now with Medeiros. Again, 3 Bruins on 1 Humber player. Cavero. It's going to be out for a Humber throw. Becky Spratt, and on her quickly is Defina. Spratt gets by a couple of Bruins players. Can't get by Feesby. And Savannah Wood will pick that one up. Feesby, the West Division's Defensive Player of the Year. Piazza plays that out of play. Sheridan get a throw just inside the Humber half. Intended for Cavero. First that one is Carvalho. Stushnov looking for Medeiros, not making that run. Instead, Savannah Wood will have possession, well outside of her goal. Piazza and trying to spring Becky Spratt. That pass well ahead of her. Sheridan again has to clear their lines. Castanet, and on her is Carvalho. Chalice looking for Barnard. Salupka, and a couple of nice passes strung together by Sheridan, but it's going to be out of play. Feesby puts that into the middle. A battle between Zanardi and D'Aguilera. Feesby again will go back to goalkeeper Savannah Wood. Castaneda looking for Barnard. Bernard is able to dispossess Carvalho with a little bit of space in front of her. Finds D'Aguilera making a run. Barnard looks to pull into the far side of the penalty area. Connie Drennan now with possession. She elects to go behind her. Marianne Defina. Stushnov trying to get by Feesby, but again she will just play the way she's facing to her goalkeeper, Savannah Wood. Tori Rodriguez, the former Humber Hawk, is fouled around mid-pitch.
Well, based on the first 15 minutes of the game, we have to give credit to the coaches for motivating the teams. The intensity's high. There's a lot of talk on the field, a lot of instruction by the coaches, and both teams are definitely motivated and are playing for this bronze medal.
Feesby's ball whipped into the center of the box. First to get that one is Piazza, but Bernard is able to feed on those scraps, but her shot is deflected. Defina has to make a play out of play as Stushnov was gaining on her. Going to go up for a Hawks goal kick, their first of the game. Sheridan getting some sustained pressure, but not enough. First substitution of the game, Christina Carvalho coming out of the game, and number 26 for
number 26, Elena
Humber, Elena Cruz. Spratt finds Zanardi. Zanardi now looking for Stushnoff. She has space. And she elects to go for goal, and a fantastic shot by Stushnoff is going to give the Hawks a 1-0 lead.
Well, Humber kept probing and challenging the Sheridan defense with long through balls, testing his speed, as I said earlier, and it finally paid off in this case. And Sheridan might need to rethink how to approach this game defensively because they're exposing themselves in a lot of undermanned situations in the back.
Humber Hawks goal scored by number 20, Emma Stushnoff.
Stushnoff, the hero in Humber's game against Sheridan earlier on in the season, gets her first of this bronze medal game. Found the keeper Savannah Wood off her line just enough where she was able to chip it past her and into the empty goal. 1-0 the score in this one. Carvalho's pass intended for Bernard. Doesn't quite reach her. It's going to be a Humber throw. Spence looking for Medeiros. Instead going to be intercepted by Chalice. Bernard looking towards the middle of the Humber end, but Piazza's the first to that. Zanardi now has options. She's going to try and find Spratt. Spratt now in front of her is Defina. Spratt goes towards the middle. Through ball between Zanardi and Spratt, but again, Spratt has to run onto that. Humber doing a good job getting across into that Sheridan end and will result in a Humber corner kick. Medeiros corner kick, certainly a threatening one. Piazza, but a great save by Savannah Wood keeps us at a 1-0 game. Piazza the first to that corner, uncontested, but Savannah Wood had to dive towards her left to save the goal. And it will be another Hawks corner. Another good corner by Medeiros, and the first of that one is Sheridan to Namata Feesby. Medeiros trying to spring Stushnoff, but instead it's going to go right to the hands of Savannah Wood and can reset. Drennan looking for Rodriguez, can't find her, but Rodriguez is able to send a through ball to Bernard after dispossessing Piazza. It's going to be off of Aaliyah Spence and out for a Bruins corner. The low corner, it's going to find Bernard. Bernard looking for Salupka in the center of the penalty area. The heavy touch is able to be gobbled up by Humber and cleared out of danger. Now with it is D'Aguilera looking for Tori Rodriguez. Rodriguez on her is Sahota. It's going to be Drennan who will whip one in, trying to find Bernard just over top of her and go for a goal kick.
Finally, Sheridan's strategy of playing on the wings paid off. First of all, they sprung a player free on the left side who made a couple of good moves and crossed the ball into the far midfielder on the right, who had a very good scoring opportunity. At this point, too, it looks like Humber is transitioning a little bit faster, which is giving the Sheridan defense some issues, whereas Sheridan is a little bit slower moving out of the back, which keeps Humber's defense not as occupied as Sheridan would like them to be.
Cavero keeps it in front of her. Working on her is Phillip. Bernard, and making that crossover run was Castaneda. Castaneda strips the ball from Spence. Zanardi looking for Stushnoff, but having a step on her is Feesby. And we'll watch that go up for a Bruins throw. Cavero finds Chalice and fouled by Zanardi. Feesby, corner kick, looking for the head of Cavero. Instead, it's going to go for a Sheridan throw. Sheridan corner, excuse me.
Very powerful and great free kick from Feesby right to the edge of the danger area, which put pressure on Humber, leading to this corner.
Cavero's recent corner, a low one. Elects to go with some more height, trying to find Rodriguez. Sheridan is the first to that loose ball. Child's going to have a shot from range. It's going to be another corner. A Hawks player down. Looks like Julia Zanardi slow to get up. Cavero, another lofted cross, looking for the head of Rodriguez. First of that is Piazza. Becky Spratt, space in front of her, gets by Barnard. It'll be a Humber throw, and they can make their change. Goal scorer Emma Stushnoff will receive a rest, coming on for her number 25, Sophia Ingles.
Into the game for Humber, number 25, Sophia Ingles.
Salupka now with possession, trying to find Cavero. And a foul committed by Remy Pelletier. Feesby looking towards the middle of the box, but right in the hands of Vanessa Fiore. Becky Spratt with room in front
lots of space for Humber as they transition quickly. And here's the through ball.
Offside called against recently brought into the match Ingles. Foul committed against Rodriguez, and Humber get a free kick deep in their own end. Inglace looking to spring a teammate, finds Cruz making the run, gets past her, but not past Medeiros. Cruz now looking for Medeiros, another offside call against the Hawks. Phillip looking for Cruz, gets by her. Castaneda. And a couple of Hawks right on her. It's going to be a foul.
In the last 10 minutes, we've seen the momentum shift a little bit in Sheridan's favor. They're now spending some more time in Humber's half and have generated a couple of chances.
Feesby looking for D'Aguilera. Instead, it's going to go to Phillip. Medeiros trying to find Cruz, but Castaneda makes a defensive play. Unable to keep that in was Inglace. Cavero, nice move against Aaliyah Spence. Cavero still with the ball, but now is dispossessed by Phillip. Looking for Inglace. Finds Medeiros. Medeiros is looking for Cruz, but Savannah Wood, well out of her goal, is able to intercept that pass. Piazza and Cruz is well offside, elects not to get the ball, but Savannah Wood is able to take possession for the Bruins once again. Savannah Wood now does clear lines, but Zanardi the first to that kick. Piazza finds Zanardi once again. Chalice does a good job of getting in the way. Salupka now trying to spring Bernard. That pass too heavy for her to handle. And we'll go out for a Hawks throw. Salupka looking to whip one into the penalty area of Humber, but deflected in right to Vanessa Fiore. Fiore's kick is past Castaneda. Cruz trying to take advantage. Instead, it's going to foul Castaneda. Feesby looking for Cavero. Instead, Humber's able to regain possession, but Barnard gets a touch. Feesby goes back to Savannah Wood. Tori Rodriguez, but on her right away is Piazza. Foul committed by Rodriguez. Feesby the first of that one, and cleared out of danger by Castaneda. Rodriguez elects to go behind her to Defina. Chalice, that heavy touch, nearly picked off by Zanardi. The through ball intended for Cavero is going to go to Fiore.
The Humber center midfield is very solid, and they're controlling the game, and Sheridan is having a hard time breaking through the middle. They have been starting to spread the ball a little wider, which is the key to their success. They may consider some overloading on one side to really stress Humber's defense and get some balls into the box, into the danger areas.
A late offside call will give Sheridan possession just inside their own half. Feesby looking for Barnard, but first to that one is Spence. Aguilera trying to spring Rodriguez. Medeiros does a good job of dispossessing Connie Drennan. Zanardi. And offside is Cruz. Barnard with possession, working on her is Spence. It will be a Sheridan throw. Zanardi, but right to Defina. Chalice finds Castaneda on that right wing side, looking for Barnard. Back to Castaneda, whipping one inside the box, and D'Aguilera trying to get a shot off, can't do so. Rodriguez can't get by. Spratt will go for a Sheridan throw. Sheridan corner coming. The corner by Cavero was all the way outside the penalty area. Bernard is able to hit that off of Spence.
Very good corner, very dangerous. Bernard had a first-time opportunity to hit the net from a sharp angle, but unfortunately she lost a little bit of control of the ball. But a repeat of the corner and another chance.
Cavero taking a corner for the Bruins. Salupka the first of that, make out another chance out of it. D'Aguilera gets a touch, but instead the Hawks will clear their lines. Cavero right on her is Spence, looking for Castaneda, but Zanardi is fouled. Fiore looking for options, elects to go long, but no Hawks player near that. Chalice trying to find Barnard, but well out of her reach. Phillip lets to go beside her to Spence. Substitution for the Bruins coming off Cavero, and Azoria will be the recently subbed in player.
Leads the game for Sheridan, number 7, Megan Foster.
Medeiros, looking for Cruz, can't find her. Now Feesby will whip that into the box, but first down is Dominica Phillip. Medeiros, and now Humber have numbers, onside play for Ingles. Ingles, a ground cross, finds Medeiros. Medeiros puts one on net, but right into the hands of Savannah Wood.
Great counterattack by Humber with numbers and speed, and again, Sheridan not quick enough in the transition. The final effort was a little weak. There was a better opportunity to strike it into the low corners from point-blank range.
Zanardi, that pass out of Piazza's reach. Azoria now in a foot race with Phillip. Fiore, but first down is Selena Bernard. The touch too much for her to get. Cruz finds Spence. That's going to be just out of play. Cruz looking for Spratt. Medeiros, and foul committed against Medeiros against Daguilar. Sheridan, free kick just inside the Humber half. Feesby trying to find Rodriguez. First down is Piazza. Feesby elects to go behind her to goalkeeper Wood. Ingles, the intended target. Salupka gets in the way of that. Now it's going to go all the way back to Sheridan's goalkeeper. Zanardi now with space, trying to spring Becky Sprout, was offside at the initial point and had to retreat, and now it's going to go all the way back to Wood once again.
Well, Sheridan definitely has found a way to shut down and cut down the Humber breakaways through the offside trap. They're playing it very well, and this must have been at least the 8th or 9th offside possession for Humber striker.
Piazza trying to get it above that Sheridan midfield, cannot do so. Now looking for Spratt. But first to that touch was Defina. Wood clears her lines, finds Rodriguez.
Sheridan central defender Feesby's playing a great game in the back. She's holding it together. And I would say that the most passes between players have been between Feesby and Wood, the goalkeeper, but they're doing an excellent job.
Piazza trying to find Medeiros. Keeps it in, but cannot find another dark blue shirt. Now looking for Spratt. It's going to be out for a goal kick.
The initial intensity of the game seems to have waned a little bit. Players are not sprinting as much. It's a little more walking pace now, especially in the midfield. The team that's going to end up victorious is the one that's going to come out in the second half and maintain some high intensity and pressure.
Piazza trying to get by Drennan, elects to retreat. Still with it though is Piazza looking for Medeiros. Cruz might have a play on it, but instead Castaneda will play that out of play. As we approach the later part of half number 1. 1-0 the score between Humber and Sheridan, with the lone goal by Humber's Emma Stushnov chipping Savannah Wood from distance. Madison Roberts seeing her first bit of action in this bronze medal game, taking off Daguerre, joining that 5-man midfield for the Bruins. Piazza finds Zanardi quickly. On her is Chalice. Now it's with Sahota looking for Medeiros. She cannot handle that hot pass. Now Rodriguez, or excuse me, Azoria, tries to get one by Phillip, does so, but not past Pelletier. Cruz, the last player to touch that before it goes out of bounds, will be a Sheridan throw. Spence looking for Spratt. Bernard puts it towards the middle, but Piazza first player on that. Piazza gets it by Chalice. Offside is Ingles. Feesby. Her free kick goes to the foot of Bernard. Bernard in the penalty area looks to whip one in, but it was Pelletier getting a touch for the Hawks.
And a vital touch because the Sheridan player was right behind her, ready to tuck the ball into the back of the net.
Rodriguez looking towards the middle, trying to find Roberts, can't do so. Medeiros now has Ingles. Ingles goes behind her, back to Medeiros, looking to spring Cruz, but making a big interception was Castaneda. Azoria finds Salupka, going back to Azoria, and a foot race with Spence.
It was a great passing sequence from Sheridan's midfield, springing the striker, putting pressure on the defense, and a questionable call according to Sheridan's coach. He was looking for a penalty kick on a push from behind, but it's not awarded. Instead, we will see another Sheridan corner.
The ground cross, and first to that is Chalice looking to have one on goal, but too many buys in front. Spence and now in a foot race with Feasby is Spratt, but Savannah Wood the first to get to that ball. Now Medeiros trying to find Ingles, and that is well offside. And that is how the half will come to a close. 1-0. Humber leads off of a goal from Emma Stushnoff. Opportunities on both sides. But we will see how the final 45 or more end after a quick intermission. Second half action underway between Humber and Sheridan. Humber was able to take a 1-0 lead into the 45-minute break. A goal by Stushnoff, who's back in action after taking a quick rest in the first half. A couple substitutions, Sheridan making one as well. Kendra Chalice will be replaced by number 21, Pamela Kernohan. Kernohan, a defender for the Bruins, looks like she's playing a holding midfielder role. Stushnoff trying to find Spratt, but intercepted by Drennick, who can only put that out of play. Becky Spratt looks to whip that into the box. It will be a corner kick coming for Sheridan. Carvalho also coming into the action.
I thought you used to be a bowler.
Carvalho. Threatening free kick and right towards the box. A goal kick. Feesby slow to get up for the Bruins. Dangerous ball by Carvalho. It doesn't look like anybody was able to get a solid touch on them. Maybe hit a couple of feet, but none directed towards Wood's goal. Carvalho the first to reach that ball, but right to the foot of Azoria. Drennan with space in front of her, looking for Cavero. Cavero has a step on Phillip, but Phillip does a good job of intercepting. And a corner, rather a goal kick to come for Humber.
It's going to be an interesting second half. Humber had a very, very physical game late yesterday against Seneca, and the question is going to be, can they maintain their pressure and intensity and have the stamina to see this game out? Should they tire and Sheridan continue to press and shift the game into the Humber half, it could be quite an interesting contest yet.
Fiori's kick intended for Spratt, instead finds Salupka. Still with it is Humber now. Spratt and Stushnoff may be away. Looking for Stushnoff, but Savannah Wood is able to come off her line to intercept.
Excellent goalkeeping by goalkeeper Wood, coming off the line and taking a chance to challenge top striker outside the box.
Stushnoff trying to turn off her defender. Instead will leave the ball for opposite team, Defina. Phillip and Sahota not on the same page. That ball is going to go up for a Bruins throw. Another Bruins throw, a little further up the pitch, now approaching the final third. Kermohan finding Roberts, can't get a solid touch. Now with Drennan. Zanardi doesn't get a touch on that. Piazza does regain possession. Sahota quickly on her is Cavero. Stushnoff room in front of her, looking for Spratt, but that is going to be well out of play. Defina trying to find Corveo. Roberts looking for Tori Rodriguez. In towards the middle. Fees be the first to get that, but she'll just kick that deep, and Fiore will handle that. Humber now have a throw inside the Sheridan half as Defina had to make the no-nonsense defensive play. Zanardi looking for Stushnov over her foot, nearly finds Piazza. Defended by Luba Salupka. Zanardi gets away with possession, finds Spratt on the right side. Spratt has room in front of her. Taking it right towards that touchline across. Stushnov just a bit behind her, trying to flick that towards goal. Medeiros, but that's going to go straight towards Savannah Wood.
Surprising miss by Stashnov. That was could have been the game-deciding goal. It appeared like an opportunity for a simple tap-in, but the ball seemed to also go a little bit behind her. So.
Zanardi first to that Wood kick, but Stushnov cannot keep that in Humber's possession.
Second half is starting just like the game started in the first half, with Humber maintaining possession, playing most of the game in Sheridan's half, and Sheridan having difficulties to transition into offense and create some meaningful attacks.
Defina trying to find Roberts. Now it's with Rodriguez working on Sahota. Drennan puts that towards the middle, but Zanardi's going to be the first player towards that. Stushnov is going to be called offside. And Humber struggled to stay onside in half number one. Looks like those struggles continue. Drennan looking to keep that in, does so successfully. Drennan going back towards Defina. Defina's pass intended for Rodriguez, and Stushnov will be whistled offside for the second consecutive time. Feesby looking for Connie Drennan, will be a corner as Sahota has to kick that out of play.
So if it looks like a set play, like a corner or free kick, might be the one way Sheridan can come back into this game with a goal.
That cross whipped in, but Piazza the first to that ball. Piazza intercepts the Defina pass. Finds Medeiros. Medeiros now finds Carvalho. Carvalho is spaced but defended by Castaneda, and a foul committed by Carvalho. Cassandra Castaneda is getting up on her own power, looks to be able to continue this match. A quick counterattack. Look to end in a scoring opportunity, but a good play by Castaneda to stop Carvalho. Medeiros. Two Bruins right on her, is able to go to Spence. Carvalho looking for Spence once again. Well defended by Azoria. Piazza. Stolen by Azoria. Now Salupka gets dispossessed by Piazza and a free kick for Sheridan. Rodriguez takes it down well, gets by Medeiros and fouled by Medeiros, and a free kick coming for Sheridan in a dangerous position.
Oh, Sheridan pushing the tall striker Feasby up, looking for a header, taking advantage of her height.
Cavero elects for the low cross and right towards Fiori's goal, but she is able to handle that without too much difficulty. Fiore looking for lone striker Stushnov. Castaneda in place of Feasby's center back position is able to push that aside. Sahota looking for Stushnov, deflected by DeFeedy. Roberts gets by Sahota, but not Phillip. Tough challenge will result in a Sheridan free kick. Feasby's free kick going out for a Hawks goal kick, looking for Drennan. Defina unable to keep that in. Humber with a throw just inside their own half. 1-0 still the score after a goal inside the 20th minute by Stushnov. Stushnov, her touch is going to go out of play. Sheridan regains possession. Zanardi finds Piazza in the box. Being defended by Feasby, trying to get a step on her. Goal kick for Sheridan. Drennan. Taken by Humber. Stushnov's finding Becky Spratt. Spratt trying to make a move on Drennan, and it's going to be deflected for a Humber corner. Carvalho. Her corner is not dealt with entirely by Sheridan, and now is deflected off of the Madero shot. Throw intended for Cavero is right to a Humber player who will have to kick that out of play before pressure comes. Piazza trying to find Spratt, instead gets deflected right to the Sheridan player. Zanardi trying to find Stushnoff, does, but her touch is going to go right to the foot of Feasby. Spratt finds Medeiros. Medeiros will take it herself. Medeiros still with it. Draws back and has some space. Looking for Piazza. That pass a little bit too soft for her. Now the feed towards Carvalho, and Savannah Wood will grab possession. Medeiros still slow to get up. Spence goes to Zanardi, elects to go to her back line towards Pelletier. Sahota finds Medeiros. Spratt. Spratt gets by a couple of light blue shirts, and now is going to feed Carvalho. Carvalho with a shot, but right in the hands of Wood.
Excellent play by Spratt, taking the ball from the wing into the middle, passing a few Sheridan players, and then having the vision to set up the striker for a shot on net.
Azoria fouled by Zanardi. Looks like we're going to get our first substitution of half number 2. Pelletier has to kick that out of play. A Sheridan throw in the final third. That cross is going to be whistled as offside. Stushnoff the intended target, but done well to get in the way was Kurnoa. Sahota looking for Stushnoff, but another nice play by Gorhoan. Sahota finds Medeiros, looking for Spratt, but getting that final touch was Defina. Stushnoff, the intended target, but another goal kick coming for the Bruins.
Well, 25,
For Sheridan, number 15, Taylor Baird.
25 minutes left in the game, and I'm wondering if Sheridan will make some tactical adjustments to force the tying goal. One option might be to go back to their regular 3-4-3 and adding another striker to put more pressure on the Humber defense.
Salupka is going to watch that touch go out of play for a Hawks throw. Piazza with space in front of her, likes to go to center back to Minka Phillip. Medeiros. Medeiros finds Spence. Spence has to retreat to Pelletier. Pelletier to Fiore, who kicks that long. Zanardi looking to sprint Carvalho and does so successfully. Carvalho being guarded by Castaneda. Goes back to Zanardi. Zanardi looks at goal, and a great shot by Julia Zanardi will give the Hawks a 2-0 advantage.
Great goal, great long shot, and the result of a very quick transition by Humber that caught Sheridan unawares, and they could not get numbers back and close down the shot from about 25-30 meters out.
Zanardi gets her first of the tournament, the first team All-Star.
Humber Hawks goal scored by
Spratt now with
Julia
possession.
Zanardi.
Keeps it in and sends Stushnop, but Feesby has a beat on her. Stushnop will be substituted.
Into the game for Humber, number 25, Sophia Ingles.
Ingles coming back into the game, having a stint in the first half as well.
And into the game for Sheridan, number 16, Rachel Roberts.
Sheridan also making a substitution. Roberts coming on for Mariana Defina. Sahota looking for Zanardi. Will go back to Sahota. Sahota looking for Ingles. Medeiros gets stripped by Bear, but Sahota is able to retrieve possession. Feesby gets a header, but Savannah Wood bobbles that, but is able to keep possession. It's with Zanardi looking for Aaliyah Spence. Spence stops up looking for Spratt. Spratt on her right away is Castaneda, and a free kick and a yellow card to come from Castaneda, and some extracurricular activities as both Sheridan and Humber have players coming to their teammates' rescue. Castaneda still has words to say towards the Humber players. And the goalkeeper, Fiore, is having a word with Sheridan as well. Piazza will be taking the free kick, has scored from further out in this tournament. Piazza certainly looking at goal, and she is, and that will whistle over top of the net. 2-0 still the score.
The question for the last 20 minutes will be one of Sheridan's character. Will they fight to get back into this game or resign themselves to the loss and take it easy for the rest of the way, which might allow Humber to run up the score even more.
Castaneda will be taken off. Roberts coming in. Chalice also coming in for Kernohan. Roberts quickly on her is Spratt, and fouled is Spratt. Piazza's free kick is just in front of the box. Offside flag. So Hoda first to get a touch on that, but straight up in the air. And now Sheridan looking to dispossess Humber. Cavero looking towards the middle for Rodriguez. Baird looking to spring Cavero, and it will be offside.
Hey, let's get our shape back. Let's get our shape back. Cat, let's go.
Fiore's free kick dealt with by Feesby. Zanardi, and a challenge by Baird is going to give Humber a free kick.
Well, suddenly the game is getting a little more physical, certainly from Sheridan's perspective. Wondering if that's some frustration showing up or the beginning of the fight back and the pushback to get back into this game.
And still far out, but a three-man wall for Sheridan. Medeiros, and a foul committed, and the trainer issued on immediately Feesby on the ground.
Certainly hoping that Feesby can come back, because she's been the key to Sheridan's defense, and it would be a terrible loss that late in the game.
Into the game for Sheridan, number 5, Cassandra Castaneda.
Feesby looking to be unable to continue. Certainly a injury you don't want to risk. Walking on her own power, but it looks to be her head is the major concern. Castaneda coming back into the game for the Bruins. Spence looking for Piazza, trying to spring Carvalho. Roberts doesn't get the touch that she wants, and Carvalho may have possession. Two Bruins quickly swarm her, dispossess, and it will be a Sheridan free kick inside their own half. Wood's free kick is straight to Carvalho. Doesn't get enough of that, but Humber still able to regain possession. Until Tori Rodriguez is able to dispossess Spence, but in the way of her is Pelletier. Looking for Cavero. Now Madison Roberts, and trips over the ball just inside the penalty area. Zanardi, and that pass well out of Inglase's reach. Azoria goes back to Baird, room in front of her. Looking for Azoria, and that's going to be well out of her reach. It will be a Humber throw to come. Spratt's header out of play.
Back into the game for Sheridan, number 2, Selena Bernard.
Letting that one go for Cavero. Tori Rodriguez, and gets stripped of the ball by Sahota. It will be a Bruins corner.
Well, a goal of this corner kick would certainly make the game more interesting for the last 10-15 minutes and give Sheridan the opportunity to fight back.
Sheridan 9 players in the box. Humber all 11 inside their own area, and that header is directed at Fiore, but not powerful enough to give her any trouble. Zoria will take the throw, finds Roberts. On her is Medeiros. Medeiros strips possession and finds Inglese. Foul against Medeiros. Short free kick taken. Taylor Baird with space in front of her. Elects to go long, trying to find a streaking Barnard, but cannot. Fiore, will take possession. It's now with Tori Rodriguez looking for Barnard.
Back into the game for the Hawks is number 20, Emma Stushnoff.
Stushnoff coming on and seeing her third stint of action, and if the game scoreline stands, she will be awarded the game-winning goal, scoring the first one for the Hawks. Cavero looking to get by Spence. Still with possession is Cavero, but out of play for a goal kick. Roberts, and right on her is Spratt, kicks out of play. Sheridan, a throw-in. Spratt gets collided with a couple of Bruins players, draws the foul. Castaneda and Spratt still going at it against each other. Will be another foul committed by Castaneda. Pelletier, the first to that ball, but finds Chalice. And now Barnard is going to be beaten to the ball by Vanessa Fiore. Piazza with possession, looking to send Stushnoff. Stushnoff against Baird. Baird wins that battle. Cavero looking to go along the outside. Will be a Sheridan throw. Rodriguez on her right away as Phillip wins possession. Off of Stushnoff, Sheridan get yet another throw. Another Sheridan throw to come.
I know, that's why I made the call. I appreciate it.
Shielded well by Sahota, leading towards a Humber goal kick.
Well, Sheridan's had a difficult time all game long penetrating the Humber defense. Humber's been very compact, very solid on D, very disciplined, and very controlled in midfield. The question is, will Humber just see the last 5 minutes out or continue to battle to prevent the goal or to score another one of their own?
Phillip with possession and off of Cavero for another throw-in. Referee reaching into his pocket. A foul and a yellow card coming to Dominica Phillip.
Dom, get inside, Dom. Get inside, Dom. Inside.
Likely one Cavero is going to send towards the box rather than go for goal. Just a single wall. Cavero does send one in, and a threatening ball, but not totally dealt with. It will be a goal kick for Humber. Goal kick by Fiore reaches Aaliyah Spence.
Chris, get back, Chris. Drop, Chris. Drop. Drop.
It's with Chalice looking for Roberts. Eventually does find her. Piazza trying to make a move on a couple of Bruins players. It's going to be a foul committed by Azoria. Azoria shown the yellow card.
Hey, not the shot. Back up.
Zanardi will be the one taking this one. Has a go from a little bit closer than this range already in this game. Looks to have another go at goal. And Savannah Wood has that one. Zanardi gets a touch. And Stashnov is going to be beaten to that one by Salupka, but not until Becky Spratt gets a touch. But again, Luba Salupka gets a touch. Roberts quickly on her is Sahota. She plays that out of play. Medeiros looking for Spratt, and Sheridan dispossesses her. Now Cavero. And Phil going towards that ball. Cavero wins the foot race. And out of play for a Bruins corner.
Well, there'll be 4 minutes of injury time. A goal now for Sheridan off this corner kick could make it interesting for the last 4 minutes.
Sheridan free kick and a bunch of Bruins around the ball. And a big save by Fiore keeps us at a 2-goal Humber advantage. Medeiros, not a lot of light blue ahead of her. Medeiros looking for Stashnov, and she's away.
Oh, 2-on-1 on the goalkeeper.
Stashnov lots of room, left to take a shot early, but easily saved by Wood. Stashnov still had the whole 18-yard box to run into, unless to take the shot from outside. Medeiros looking for Spratt, but deflected by Chalice. This game expected to get wide open in these final 4 minutes as Sheridan pushed to get a couple of goals. Piazza trying to send Carvalho. And now Savannah Wood will retrieve that ball about 25 yards ahead of her goal. Misplayed by Sahota, and now Cavero tries to punish her for that. Pelletier looking for Spratt out of her reach.
Chris, drop in a bit. Tuck in, that girl.
Salupka looks to have a chance at net, but well wide. Fiore's goal kick will go right to Castaneda. Her touch is taken by Piazza. Stushnov gets away, and now it's just her and Savannah Wood. She decides to retreat, now goes to Becky Spratt. Spratt looks to cross that in. Stushnov takes it down. Now a space ahead of her, but Taylor Baird intercepts. Now Roberts. Zanardi the heavy challenge. Baird likes to go long, just out of Chalice's reach, does get to her. Rodriguez with space inside the 18-yard box, but Fiore will gobble that up.
Getting close to the final whistle, and I would say Humber's full value for the win.
The Humber Hawks will walk away with the bronze medal, ending their season on a winning note. Sheridan, after a 1-0 win over Algonquin, fell 5-1 to Fanshawe. Now 2-0 to Humber, a couple of division foes that they just cannot get their right starting lineup to get the win that they would have liked. 2-0 the final. Humber with goals from Emma Stushnoff early on in the game, and a long-range effort from Julia Zanardi is all it took for the Hawks to take the bronze medal. The ceremony and player of the game await. Humber 2, Sheridan 0.
We'd like to ask both teams to line up facing the center line for the presentation of the bronze medals.
Alrighty, final score. Sheridan 1, Humber 2. Goal scorers.
No, Sheridan can score, buddy. Hang on, make that a 0. Make that a 0.
First mistake all day.
Yeah. All I need is 1.
Everyone gets 1. Yeah?
Everybody gets 1. Okay.
We'll go with the goals for Humber. 20 and 12.
20 and 12.
And you have 16.
Congratulations to both the Sheridan Bruins and the Humber Hawks on a great championship. We'd like to start
Cautions.
by saying thank you to our women's soccer
13 and
conveners,
17.
Marlene Ford from
For
Conestoga College and
Humber?
Shannon Wright
For
from
Humber.
Seneca College.
Yeah, 13, 17. Okay.
And thank you to our head official, Kyla
13
DiPerna,
with
and her team
yeah,
of
for
officials for the work they have done throughout the championship. We'd also like to thank our title sponsor, Bel Air Direct, for their continued support of the OCAA and all of our championships. To our partners at T-Litz in Sports for the support of the 2019 OCAA Women's Soccer Championships.
Okay. So now for Sheridan caution.
Before we hand out the bronze medals, we would like to
I have
announce the
5 and
players
7.
of the
Yeah,
game.
perfect.
From the Sheridan Bruins,
Caution.
the player of the game is number 8, Kendra Chalice.
5. Look that over and then sign. 5.
And from the Humber Hawks, the player of the game is number 13, Claudia Yazzie.
12 and 20. Okay. You guys can sign.
Thank you, sir.
We will now announce the
That's a
Tournament
beautiful
All-Star
It
for
is
the
really
bronze
nice.
medalists, the Humber
There you
Hawks.
go. There's another one.
Their Tournament All-Star for the Humber Hawks is number 20, Emma Stashna.
What a weird song.
We will now present the bronze medals. Congratulations to the Humber Hawks for winning the 2019 OCAA Women's Soccer Bronze Medal. Athletes, please come forward and accept your awards from the Women's